people, both from inside the woods and outside the woods. And we really can't control distancing. And it ends up in this instance being an unsafe health hazard. I mean, you think of
Okay.
when you go to look at the fireworks. I live on Ludlow. I have a group of people that come over. We all walk down. We sit on the lawns. We stand. Uh, 6 feet at Ludlow and Scotia is never going to work. You got too many people,
Right,
and no one is going to give way.
right.
So I suspect,
Mhm.
yeah. And the other problem becomes without the run walk boom, the funding disappears. Although the
Right.
funding is small, so I don't think that really would be a crisis.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's not been discussed. I think it may be a manager's decision. I'm not sure if it'll come to us. There's been a little bit of surveying of the commission, and I don't think the support is there.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just kind of waiting on that final
You play it by
determination.
ear.
Yeah, that final determination. And then we're planning a few of the things as usual. The pet pageant looks like that's going to happen. I did run it over Zoom last summer and it was a blast because we actually had more than just dogs there. So we'll see where we're at with our protocols and stuff for a lot of these events. If it turns out we're not able to get together, we'll do whatever we can do via Zoom or online. But there's family night. The baby parade that we've had in the past, since we can't really get the babies together to play in a group, we're looking at doing a stroller parade, which the babies would stay in their strollers. And then we draw to see if we do have a parade, they would be in the parade or anything like that. So we're adjusting a few things that need to be adjusted for the 4th of July. Looking to bring in a food truck, the concert, pancake breakfast, we have slated to be outside right now. So again, as things and protocols change and get added and deleted, we'll adjust our 4th of July. But Frank just was really more interested in if, we needed any funding for anything. So right now that's no. And then just a couple other things with department update. Sorry, I just want to make sure, is this the part where Mary would talk about like what we're doing in the department, just to kind of keep you guys updated?
Yes.
I don't want to bore you with things if you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Our fruit camp lottery information went out to the public last Thursday. People are thrilled that we're able to do a in-person camp this summer, although it's going to be quite reduced in the amount of campers that we will have, and all outdoors, that sort of thing. But the lottery forms are coming in fast and furious. Jan has been amazing in keeping up with all of those. Hurricane information is going out March 1st. Somewhat the same way that we did the fruit camp information, and it's through our email list that we have here at the rec center. So information is being finalized by Bridget and Sean and everybody this week. So that's going to be emailed out on March 1st. We have been doing an open gym on Saturdays with limited numbers and wiping down things. And it's been really successful. We've been averaging about 36 people a day. Now, normally for the rec center, that's low. However, during COVID times, we've been able to safely offer this open gym on Saturdays. So it's really worked out nice. And then last week, because it was February break, the Friday prior to that, literally at 5 p.m., Colette and Jan and Bridget and I put our minds together and we did open gym through the week during the daytime hours because there was no latchkey, there was no preschool, the building was empty. So we decided to try it. And we had a total of 97 participants come through during the week. And you have to sign up in your family pod. you can only have, there can be one other family on the other side of the gym, and we um, intertwined the time so nobody crossed over, somebody coming in and out, and then 15 minutes in between to sanitize door handles and whatever, we needed to do. People would bring their own supplies. We didn't offer any of our basketballs or anything like that, but people went crazy. The parents were like, thank you. I needed to get my kid out of the, for winter break. They're stuck in the house still. So people really, really loved it. And we were happy that it turned out so well. And we're now going to look at doing a Tuesday, Thursday after school kind of time. It has to be when Latchkey isn't there, because we can't share the space with Latchkey. Latchkey has to be separate because of the licensing and stuff and the protocols in place. So that's, one thing we have going on. It's been nice to see or hear basketballs in the gym again and kids' voices. It's really been amazing. And then thank you to everybody who came to Mary's Zoom send off. She was quite overwhelmed, and it was really just a nice thing for everybody to get together to wish her well. So thank you for that. Does anybody have any questions?
What about the pool?
Yeah, the pool.
Yeah, that's a good question. We're getting information in fast and furious about what we can and can't do. And Bridget read something the other day that as of right now, we wouldn't be able to use any water features in our pool or the 0 depth area because too many people would be too close without masks. And I hope I'm getting this information right, what her and I talked about, because when you're in the water, you can't have a mask on because of the dangers of being in the water. If you fall over, you drown, you know what I mean? Anyway, so there's that determination. So we're going to see over the next little bit. The information about the pool is going to be in the Hometown Herald newsletter that's coming out in April. And that'll hopefully at that point we'll know more protocols. Bridget has met with other communities who have outdoor pools to talk about what they're doing, sharing ideas, what's going to work, that kind of thing. She's working really close with the people actually in Pleasant Ridge who are also not doing water features and things like that. And then we're also looking at just pool passes in general, like no day passes, because people are going to have to sign up to come to the pool. So we can only have a certain amount on the pool deck at one time. So we're just trying to figure out the final numbers for that. So it's kind of a work in progress right now, but we're just excited that it looks like we're going to be able to have the pool open as well. It's very limited, but we'll do what we can to get that going.
Concerts in the park.
Concerts in the park are happening. Colette's already got her slate of concerts put together. They're going to be held back here on Burton Field.
Right.
Again, just a little more space and, for people to kind of spread out a little bit more. Parents also like the Burton playground that's right there. So while they're listening to music, the kids are playing on the playground. So we're also just going to really push the social distancing. We've got some signage and like the sandwich board type things that we're going to have out basically at all our events or anything that we're doing, and remind people to mask up. And we are going to require that they wear masks, and staff will be in masks. So hopefully we'll be leading by example and people will follow along. So, but supposedly Colette has a great, I don't know what her lineup is, but it's always good anyway. So excited for that.
Good updates.
Thank you.
Anything else for department updates?
That's all I have right now.
Super. Plan of action for next meeting. I don't know if we have anything in particular. Anyone know?
I just might have more information on the possibility of the security cameras at Val Jones Park. I'm not sure where we're at with that. I'm kind of waiting on, again, this is one of the new things to me as a director. So I'm trying to play catch up with what is transpired there of late. So there may be something I can add to that just to talk about at the next meeting.
Security cameras for what? To watch the horrible teenagers?
That was the thought, yes.
Because Kim and I didn't think they were too
I
horrible.
love them.
And it's funny because in me working with the teens for so many years,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'll see but one of the ideas behind it, and the police chief and assistant chief were at a meeting with the gentleman that came to the park. They liked the idea of some motion lights along with that kind of thing. So if police ever do have to go in there, right away, they can light up certain areas of the park. But there's a lot that have to be done, like running wires and finding a hub to put anyway, it's not a done deal, Jeff, by any stretch. So just might have something more to report at the next meeting about that, but we'll see. And I'm open to anybody's thoughts and suggestions for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to keep looking at improvements there. I'm not saying that it doesn't need, there's always room for improvement. So we'll continue to do the things that we were talking about previously, about continuing to self-police and encourage
Right.
the teenagers to take care and other things that we're looking at. Yeah.
And I know Colette is planning an event there and actually has brought in 3 teen boys from the community to do a scooter program there. And so it's another way kind of to highlight it in a positive way and showing, what, these young kids are going there with these scooters and, what they're doing. So it's just, I think that's going to add a good piece to what we've already been seeing, the good that we've seen going on in that park. So.
Okay. So
Then the
that's-
men's club auction, they're having a virtual auction this year, right? So do we have a project getting funded, or is that still the adult exercise
I
equipment?
think it's right now still the adult exercise equipment. And I'd have to look more into that, but when I talked with Mary before she left, that was the plan. And depending on what they bring in this year and that sort of thing. So I think the plan is for that and the adult exercise.
Okay, anything else proposed for the next meeting? If not, we can move on to board member comments. Anything from anybody?
Board members, super, super excited and happy and thrilled to have our new boss here in Tracy.
Yay.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm actually really enjoying it. I've learned more in these last 2 weeks than I have in a long time, and it's all good stuff. I feel the cobwebs in my brain from a COVID year slowly going away, and my brain is thinking again clearly. So it's actually been really good. So thank you though, Jeff. I'm enjoying it.
Any other board member comments?
Actually, Alexa, sorry to put you on the spot. Did you want to talk about the teen council bonfire that we had? Just
Sure.
so people can kind of hear what teen council is doing too.
Yes, so Teen Council, last Thursday, we did a bonfire outside of Burton, and there was 2 fire pits, and we had hot chocolate and s'mores, and there was a lot of teens that came, and we played dodgeball, and it was just a good way for teens to like interact with people that maybe they haven't seen, or if they don't go to school. It was just a good way for everyone to meet new people. I definitely had a lot of fun. I was near freezing, but my hair
with your hair wet.
and my hair almost froze, but it was really good and I enjoyed meeting the other teens.
And it was great because what Alexa and some of the other board members did was walk around and talk to the teens about teen council, because some of the ones that came were brand new 6th graders, and we've only done Zoom meetings, so they haven't really got to see all the other fun things that we do. So this, was funny to watch them play, in 12 degrees, play dodgeball, with that, and with masks, everybody was fully masked, and they couldn't play unless they had gloves on, and all these things. But they went around and they really promoted teen council, and from that we got for sure 3 new members whose parents called and said, put my kids' names on your list. So it was a success, and it was a lot of fun, and it was great to get the teens together. You could tell that they were digging it. They loved every minute of it. So thank you, Alexa. Kudos to you for that.
Nice job, Alexa. I have one board member comment. We have a thank you to our board. There was a decision made to keep one of the tennis nets up over through the winter. And a friend of mine actually shoveled a path through the snow to the pickleball courts, and she and her son were playing the other day.
That's awesome.
And other people have mentioned that they're super happy, and they've been used almost continuously through the winter,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
that was
My
it was
husband's
a
been-
really, really good move.
My husband's been playing pickleball through all this. At 10 degrees, they're out there, those old crazy people, and they're out there.
And early in the morning, like I
Yeah.
drove by at 8:30, the courts were completely
I know.
shoveled. There were like 10 people there playing on both the courts that were set. These guys, you guys mean business. I think that was awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
They're crazy, but they're loving it.
That's great. I love it.
They did ask if we have right now the tennis, there's just one tennis court and they're using that for pickleball. They were asking if the pickleball net would also be up maybe next year. I don't know why. I
Okay.
think we made a decision just to give it a try this winter to see.
I
if it
think
would be this-
that's probably like a trial run kind of thing to see what the feedback was, but yeah, we
So maybe
can,
that's something to look at in
Yeah.
fall of next year, is to think about maybe putting one pickleball and one tennis court.
it's a good idea, Kim. Yeah.
But yeah, I love seeing people outside doing
Oh, it's
whatever.
great.
So it's really cool
Absolutely.
that there's that option. Yeah.
Mhm.
Super. Final call.
Question,
Yep.
around the open gym, I don't know if I know the elementary school is, half days. I don't know if the middle school and the high school are, as only have elementary school kids, but where you're opening up the gym, in the afternoon, have you considered it all morning hours? Have you assessed interest in whether kids who are in the afternoon?
And
for
we
school-
also are doing walk the gym in the morning. It mostly started for a senior program. We had a lot of seniors that were asking if they had been walking the inside of the rec and it just hasn't been available. So in the morning hours, let's see, I think right now we're doing it like at 11 and 12. But once the weather, it's kind of gone back and forth. We may start doing it at 9 and 10 in the morning, walk the gym. So if that's going on, unfortunately, we can't do the open gym part. But we were looking at Burton hours because we know they do half days. So we were looking at something that would coordinate good with kids going to school in the morning and kids going to school in the afternoon, and somehow figuring it out how to work that all in. And the thing is you have, like, I say open gym, but you have to be like with your family and like your pod that you've been quarantining with and stuff, so we can't open it up to just a group of kids yet or anything like that. But we are looking at those hours to see how it can all kind of coordinate. So there's a little something for everybody.
Great.
Okay. Last call, anything else? Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:57.
All right.
See you next month.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for leading the meeting, Kim. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Take care.